gentlemen, it is truly an honor and privilege to welcome you all in today's session on basics of public speaking and debating skills. Today, as we embark on a journey of knowledge and insight, we are joined by brilliant minds, eager learners, and distinguished experts who continue to shape the public speaking and debating skills. On behalf of Geeta International Business School, GIBS, I, Diti Sharma, extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests, faculty members and students for being a part of this enriching session. I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our honored guest and resource person. Before we introduce our esteemed speaker, allow me to take a moment to introduce the institution that has made this event possible. Geeta International Business School, GIBS, established in 2004, GIBS has a beacon of academic excellence and professional development. Affiliated with Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, GGS IPU, Delhi, and approved by All India Council for Technical Education and the Bar Council of India, GIBS offers a range of distinguished programs including MBA, MBA International Business, MBA Integrated, BBA Honours, BA LLB Honours, BBA LLB Honours and LLM. With an unwavering commitment to education and research, GIBS has consistently been recognized for its excellence and has been graded A by NAAC in its third cycle. Now, it is time to introduce the esteemed expert who will enlighten us today with his invaluable insights, Mr. Saahil Malhotra, sir. Malhotra sir is a seasoned senior management professional with over 15 years of diverse experience across strategic sales, client relationship management, key account development and logistics optimization. With a robust background in AI, logistics, IT, startups, travel and hospitality sectors, he has demonstrated a strong ability to foster client trust, negotiate profitable agreements and lead high-performing teams. His career trajectory from sales executive to director of client partnerships highlights his ability to leadership and consistently surpassing revenue targets and driving sustainable growth. Mr. Malhotra sir, most recent roles include Director of Client Partnerships at Remunance Services, where he managed a US dollar of 1.5 million pipeline, secured enterprise-level contracts and drove revenue from US dollars 230 US dollars and 30,000 US dollars and US dollars 1 million plus through effective relationship building and acquisition strategies. Prior to this, he has worked at SoulPage IT Solutions at CS Robinson Worldwide Freight, where he played critical roles in business development, digital content strategy, and launching innovative logistics solutions like the Enviroteno. His efforts have consistently yielded measurable outcomes, such as 50% web traffic growth and multi-million-dollar sales pipelines. He holds dual MBBAs in supply chain management from Syracuse University, New York, and in marketing from ICFAI University, India. He is certified in advanced analytics tools like Excel, SQL, Power BI, and has exposure to prompt engineering. He is also an author of a publication on global supply chains and has received various professional certifications from institutions like Cornell University and Immaticus Learning. Known for his communication, planning, and leadership skills, he brings a comprehensive cross-functional approach to every role he undertakes. Widely recognized for his contributions, Ms. Malhotra continues to inspire through his multidisciplinary scholarship, innovative mindset, and student-centric leadership. His work bridges theory with practice, making him a highly respected figure in higher education and research. We welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Arpita Sehgal ma'am for a plant sampling to our guest as a gesture of gratitude. I invite Mr. Saahil Malhotra sir to take the stage and share his invaluable insights with us.
maybe, you know, let's have some slay. I'm not looking slay as it is. I don't know. I mean, not according to you. Okay. So this class, I believe, is I think doing law. Yeah. So as lawyers, I think one of the most important skills that you need to have is how to communicate, how to talk. Okay, let me say this. There will be situations in your career. We'll come to this. You don't need to worry about that. I'll cover that. So, you know, there will be situations in your life where you have to defend the wrong or offend the right. Do you understand this, what I'm trying to say? Right? So, over there, if you have to defend the wrong or offend the right, the only skill that will help you is your public speaking skills and communication. How confidently you are able to defend the wrong in front of a judge, right? Because most of you, I think, I assume that you don't want to work at district courts, but you want to kind of look at high courts or probably supreme courts and maybe, you know, become one of Ram Jethmalanis of the world. I only know that lawyer, to be very honest. I mean, still, you know, you can guess my age, but he's one of the finer law precedents that we can talk about. Well, you know, let's start today's session on public speaking and debating. You don't need to write a thing in your notebook. I'll try to be as interactive as I can. And I have requested the faculty members to share this presentation with you. You can take a look at it. I'm not going to be holding any tests or unit tests or exams or anything. This is for your own learning. So please don't take this as a sermon. So let me start off with this. Around 77% of the people worldwide, you know, they have something called glossophobia. Now, can somebody help me with the meaning of this term, glossophobia? Anyone? Well, glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. So 77% of the people in the world, they fear public speaking, and they fear it even more than death. And that's actually, you know, it's just a fallacy. You don't need to fear public speaking, because let me tell you, and we'll cover that during the presentation as well, that most of the time in your careers, most of the time, even when you are an entrepreneur, a manager, a leader, you have to talk. So if you're not able to communicate well, it really doesn't matter. You can be, I don't know, maybe after this program you want to go to NLS for your master's in law or something, National Law School. But still, you need to communicate. So if you're not able to communicate properly, really doesn't make sense. You can be technically excellent, right? Now, you know, everybody knows LinkedIn out here, right? So there was a survey on LinkedIn which says that soft skills, you know, like communication and persuasion, they are rated far more important than technical skills, right? And 92% of the hiring managers would love to have a candidate on their team who can talk. Technical skills can be learned. I mean, I'm sure, I'm not a lawyer or an advocate by profession, but I know, you know, there are volumes of books and all that you read, and there are so many cases that you read. So you can take precedence from those. But when you are actually arguing for or against, you know, you need to talk. At that time, you can't really, you know, point to the judge and say, okay, you know, why don't you refer to that particular judgment? That's not going to help. How you talk to the judge will be more important. And you know, today, all of us, we are in the digital age, right? Our attention span is totally at its lowest level. Now, the average human attention span today, it's actually 8.25 seconds. And you know what is the attention span of a goldfish? As you know about, there's a species of fish called goldfish. 9 seconds. So we are 0.75 seconds even lower in attention span as compared to goldfish. So if you're not able to grab the attention of your audiences, right? They've already lost you. You're gone. I'll give you a tip. During your interviews, I'm sure you will be interviewing for a law firm or whatever that you're going to be doing after this. The first 4 seconds are very, very important. How you open the door, the walk that you have, your body language, even before you utter a word, the way you are walking from the door to the seat where you're going to be seated for your interview speaks a lot. In industry today, what happens is most of the hiring decisions, I'm saying, 51%, 99%, I can't say, but most are taken by the way they perceive you. And your perception is formed right from the time you enter the gate to the time you're seated for the interview. Right? So your body language also communicates a lot. So, let's start off with this particular presentation. And let me just go ahead and take you through what is the importance of public speaking and debating. So when we talk about public speaking and debating, what do you feel public speaking is? Gen Z? Yeah. Body language. Stand tall. Don't fidget. Sometimes what we feel. So, yeah.
Sir, what's the meaning of jargon?
Jargon is basically a technical language which you use. So let me tell you. The strategic advantage of a marketing strategy for a target audience of 20 years old to 25 years old is something that we need to segment the audience. You know about STP, segmentation, targeting and positioning? Yeah? So this is all jargon. Put it in plain English. When you're talking, okay, so you guys, when you become lawyers tomorrow, you can't really say, according to Criminal Procedure Code of Section 302, you will be not acquitted, and you have to say in the court of law that I am pleading not guilty. If you say this in front of a client, uska heart wahi fail ho jayega, then you will be in trouble. He came here or she came to you for legal advice. So don't use jargons. Whatever it is, try not to use jargons until and unless it is needed. Whether jargons are needed in a boardroom environment, they are very much needed. Over there, if you don't use jargons, you are in trouble. But in front, so basically, I have been selling and marketing for almost 17 years now. So whenever I go to an audience or a client, I never say, sir, your segmentation needs to be like this and you need to target like this and this is how we are going to position you. Because if I say this to him, he'll say that that's the door, thank you so much. And I never talk to a client and say, I studied the segment of all the audiences where agentic AI will be a good thing, and then I targeted you with a cold email wherein I used a PASS framework, which is a pain, agitate and solve framework, which is actually an email writing framework, or it's like copywriting, I don't know, something of that sort. So I really don't talk about this to a client. I send him an email, I get meetings, and when I go to a meeting, I'll tell you, so today, let me have a meeting, I think Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, I actually had a conference call with IIT BHU. Heard this name?
Yes, sir.
IIT BHU? Okay. So, we were talking about our agentic AI solution, which is a highly technical solution. And we had to actually make them understand digital marketing is important for you, and our agentic AI platform has a module which will actually help you to complete that digital marketing exercise. Now, I had almost 38 agri-tech startups. And all of these agri-tech founders, no offense, they belong to the root. Some of them are not comfortable in English. And my task was cut out. Okay, so I have my senior colleague, he's an Indian based in the US. Now he's a half Firan. He doesn't know Hindi totally. I mean, if I speak to him in Hindi, he'll probably faint. So now I have him, I have myself, I have this audience, and then I have to talk to them about agentic and digital marketing. I was drained. In 45 minutes I was drained because I had to convert all the technical jargons which were written in English to Hindi, to a non-technical jargon, and then talk to them. So, God willingly, we'll be signing a contract with them soon. But what I'm trying to say is that you need to understand your audience. So if I talked about jargon to them, out of 38 people, there would have probably been 3 people at the end of the call. All 38 were there at the end of the call. So that's where jargon is not something which you should use. Don't avoid eye contact. So I can't be, kind of, I'm talking to you and I'm just looking in the slides and I'm just, kind of, this is what it is, take it or leave it. Don't memorize. The good part, see, you guys are lawyers, right? You have, I think, plenty of books that you need to read. And these are thick books, if I'm not wrong, right? I'll go crazy if I have to read books. So, when you talk about memorization, don't rote memorize because you will forget. Understand the things conceptually. And I'm sure, before you go for a case hearing, you have enough time to prepare. Still, don't rote memorize, don't learn the things. I don't know whether you guys can, use some pocket spares or what do we call those? Scratch notes, something like that. You are allowed that? Okay, you're not allowed. But still you can make those notes and put on your files and all, right? I mean, you can just kind of take a look what you need to talk about. So don't rote memorize, because if you rote memorize, at one point if you forget, I think you are just putting the entire case in a jeopardy, right? Do not end without a clear conclusion. So I just spoke about Tendulkar, right? So what is the conclusion that I said? That from a humble beginning, today this guy is a 5,000 crore net worth individual, plus being a national hero. So there is an introduction, there is a body, and there is a definite conclusion to what you have to talk about. Next please. Now these are the don'ts in debating, right? Don't try not to interrupt. Let the other person talk. Sometimes what happens is, if you're listening to what the other person is saying, you can take a point out of that and elaborate on that. And something which was going against you can actually go in your favor. So you need to kind of think through that if I listen to what somebody is trying to say, how can I use it for my own advantage, whether it be a victory or a defense, right? Please don't get personal and please don't get aggressive in debating. Don't get personal, don't get aggressive. Stick to the point, what the point is trying to say. Over here, in debating, sometimes, we get emotional. So we kind of start pinpointing and targeting people. That should not be the case. Again, for lawyers, I don't know, this presentation, I think was kind of, the secret has worked. I don't know. I didn't know about it that I'm going to be talking to you guys who are lawyers or prospective lawyers. I was just thinking that, okay, this is a management school and I'm going to have business undergrads and business grads over here. But yeah. So don't rely on weak evidence. Can you win a case on weak evidence? No. 1%. Half percent. Maybe. And that too a maybe. So don't rely on weak evidence. And again, this is something which is important, that don't say I think. What you think really doesn't matter. What the world thinks matters more. So that is where research shows. This is just an example. This is just an example. when you're debating for a case, I think you refer to certain cases which were, delivered for or against within a similar situation, within some court, somewhere, right? So that is where you bring an evidence, you bring a fact, you bring something which is already being done. So don't say, I think. It has to be backed by evidence. Don't repeat the points. You have to advance the argument. Your argument cannot be at the same place. So when you have to advance the argument, repeat the points mentally, not verbally. So if you are talking about a certain point, she's talking about a certain point, right? You want to pick up from that point, don't repeat what she said. Pick it up from where she ended. Right? Just as an example. And don't ignore the opposition's strongest points. Sometimes what happens is we ignore stuff, which is not a great idea. Right? Don't speak too fast. I'm sorry, I went over time. So, don't speak too fast or under stress, right? That is not something which you should do. Don't mock or ridicule people. That's not a good way. You don't have to mock or ridicule people. Again, rambling is not important. Try to be as concise.
What an enlightening session. So, your knowledge and experiences have truly broadened our perspective on public speaking and debating skills and its vital role in our lives. I now invite our respected faculty, Ms. Ramandeep Kaur ma'am, to present the memento.
I think I wrote a few of them, but not all. I don't think so.
In the law college now, precious.
The idea is not to get bored. I think, see, it's up to them because it's their career at the end of it. I mean, the more, you engage amongst yourself, it will really help you.
Sir, bye-bye.
Thank you. वो आप बोल रहे हो कि आया, I don't know.